60-foot swimming pools, hidden bookshelves, and enough room for your mother? We'll have the best of the Billionaire's Homes in just a moment on the Forbes.com video network. Welcome back. I'm Jennifer Lee, and I'm joined by Matt Woolsey, real estate writer for Forbes.com. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So I have to admit something to you. I can waste hours of my life watching shows on television that take me into the stars' homes, and you got to write the piece about billionaires this year. So tell me just a little bit about the trends that you see, and what do some of these billionaires have in common when it comes to their homes?
Right, when it comes to their homes, they're all perfectly designed in terms of they're all unique designs. Everyone does their own thing, but the thing that a lot of them have in common is that they're in their hometowns. Bill Gates, Paul Allen both live in the Seattle area where they grew up. Michael Dell, his huge place is about 10 miles from his college dorm room in Austin, Texas. So they like to stay close to home. And in Paul Allen's case, he even has his mother live on the compound with him.
So I guess there is, what's that saying? There's no place like home, I guess,
right? Exactly. Right? And you have the option for home cooking. Yeah.
That's true, yeah. Absolutely. Now, Bill Gates, I always love hearing about his house. And he, like you said, he lives in his hometown. But what caught my attention, what you wrote about, was the secret passageways and secret bookshelves in his library. Can you tell me about that?
If you're going to have billions of dollars to spend on your house, you might as well have a little bit of fun. So he's got all these secret antechambers and sliding bookcases and things that complement the moving picture art that changes. And it's a lot of fun from what I understand. I've not been invited in yet, but I'm working on it.
Is there any word to where those secret passages lead, or what's behind those shelves?
I think sort of secret Microsoft antechambers where they discuss, the latest Vista editions, perhaps.
I can see it. I can see it. And so, on the other hand, though, his partner, philanthropy partner, Warren Buffett, also lives in his hometown, and really hometown.
Right. He's lived in the same place for 50 years. Depending on who you ask, the home is valued between $500,000 and $750,000. So he keeps it the way he's liked it for a long time. He says that he likes living the way he did when he was in his 20s because that's when he was the happiest. So he's trying to, even though he has billions and even as he gives them all away, he still likes to maintain his roots in Omaha.
There is no place in my 20s that I want to live for the rest of my life. So
well, you never know. They're not quite over yet.
That's true. Now, Paul Allen, this gets me because you have millions and millions of dollars.
Billions.
Billions,
yeah.
Right. So you still can't get away from your mom.
Well, he's single, so
that's an excuse.
And it's a big house. The mansion itself is over 10,000 square feet, and the compound itself is much larger. So she lives in a separate area. So it's not as though she wakes him up for work in the mornings or anything.
So we think.
Or so we think, or so we hope. But she's still around.
I wonder whose decision that was, whether it was his or hers. But I mean, that might be. Family.
I'll have to ask Paul next time I talk to him.
Please do.
Yeah.
Now, the last thing was that it was interesting to read about Steve Jobs because he actually wants to actually remodel his house, make it smaller on his property, but he's not allowed to.
He lives in a place in Woodside, California, which is in the San Francisco Bay Area, and it's a historically preserved house, and he wants to tear it down to build a smaller house for his family, but he's been sued and he can't. He's appealed again, and as of last January 2007, he still is unable to do the renovations that he'd like to do.
Well, you know what? Sometimes that money just doesn't get you everything.
I know. He can overcome just about everything else except for Woodside preservationalist societies. So who knows?
I hear they're tough.
They are tough. Microsoft, Dell, not so much, but yeah.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
For Matt's full story and more of Forbes' billionaire coverage, log on to Forbes.com.